To Boo and Tony in the afternoon today, because that was you.
It was on me today.
That was you. I promise we want this to be at 9:30 every day, Mountain Standard Time.
See, I don't know about that, my guy, but we'll talk about that off camera.
9:30. 9:30 means 9:30, not no 12:30. But we are here nonetheless. Welcome to everybody. Before we get started, my name is Boo Maddox, team lead here in Utah County for the #1 real estate team in Utah, number 26. That was country. Excited to be here. Before we get started, before you give your intro, Tingy, will you pull up that picture I sent you this morning? Construction has officially began. We got a hole in the wall, which means I need your help. If you have ever thought about coming and joining the Perry Group, please, we just signed a big fat second lease. I need some help. Comment down below, say I'm in, something like that. Please help your boy fill up the new space. We're looking for another 100 agents or so.
100 agents.
I come to you begging, don't be part of the 70% not producing. Like and subscribe and join the team.
Well, and here's the thing, guys. Be careful what you wish for. Because that space was empty for a while. We would walk through there, talk trash, say how cool it would be.
Visions of grandeur.
Now it's there. Now we actually got to get to work. So we're excited about this show. We're going to expand it. Like he said, 100 more agents. My name's Tony Acosta. I've been in the industry since 2013. I'm a principal broker. I have my broker's license. I'm a member of the Forbes Real Estate Council. So if you're new here, that's the scoop. Let's go, Tingy.
Let's go, Tingy. First slide. Ooh, this one was mine, and I think that this is going to be an interesting one to see transition over the next couple of years. Yeah. Big brokerages. Doesn't it, or does it matter what, or does it matter that you work with at a real estate agents?
Let's start over.
Real estate agents need to work.
Sorry, guys.
On their verbiage here, because the amount of spelling errors that I have had in all of this, I get worried that these people are sending addendums to people. Big brokerages. Doesn't it matter that you work at a well-named real estate office these days?
So I think it used to. I think back in the day, the Remaxes of the world, the Coldwell Bankers of the world, it did matter. People wanted to see the red, white, and blue blimp. I don't think that's the case anymore, though. I think that real estate, more than most industries, is a personal brand industry. So at the end of the day, people are going to go to Boo. They're going to go to Tony. Doesn't matter what jersey you're wearing, they're going to go for the individual. So I think that is something that agents, for me, it's a massive win for agents, because whatever logo is on the door, it doesn't really matter that much. I think what matters is, are you good at this job? And does the agency, whatever agency that may be, give you the resources that you need to actually be successful?
So I think this is a shift that we are going to see. We talk about in this office all the time, becoming a hyper-local real estate agent. What does that mean? That means that you have a developed personal brand that your 40, 50 people a year are calling you directly. They're not going and caring about what name is on the brokerage. I think you said it perfectly. I think in the 80s and the 90s, when real estate agents were not out there, they relied on the brand to do the marketing for them. I think that's going away. It used to be super powerful to say, hey, I work with Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Buffett himself signed off on me being here in your living room today.
Which was never true, by the way.
I know, but that was the scripting that was used. So I think for agents to understand, hey, the name that is at the beginning of that, not the brokerage that is supporting them, is massive. And I think that's why our partnership with Real Broker works so well for us, because they are a brokerage that is cloud-based, meaning that they kind of are very hands-off in our approach, and they allow us to run everything at a team level, which I think for us is massive to be able to pivot when we see the local needs in our local market changing. We can pivot really, really quickly.
Yeah, so if you're being charged a higher split because of a branding fee, a marketing fee, you're getting robbed, my people. It's about you. People care about you. So that's why time and time again, not only in this show, but in the entire Perry Group YouTube channel, you're going to see that resonate. That's the reason why we started it, because we wanted people to see what is it like to work with Jake? What is it like to work with Karina or Viv or Courtney? Because it's a personal brand game. If not, then all this would just be the Perry Group, but we wanted to highlight the individualities without the team, because this is a highly, highly individual business.
No consumer knows the difference between Keller Williams versus Remax versus Berkshire Hathaway versus Real Broker. The nuance that exists within that is only within the real estate agent community. My personal opinion is the average consumer does not give a damn where you are from or who you're represented by. They care about how you're going to treat them in the transaction.
Agreed.
Roll it, Tingy. Number 2.
Whew.
This one I saw and I was like, I need to get Tony's take on this, because I got 12 to 15 listings at any given point.
Yeah.
We need to limit the number of another typo. We need to limit the number of listings an agent can handle at one time. I called an agent with 8 active listings 2 hours ago and have not gotten a call back yet. This is a disservice to sellers. Are you creating a disservice to your sellers?
I hope not.
By representing the amount of listings that you currently have?
Not at all, because it's all about systems. But here's the thing about real estate agents. We're massively impatient, and we're hypocrites, because we want people to answer the phone right away. And then if this agent was doing something and couldn't answer the phone and somebody got on her butt about it, I think she'd have something to say. So I think that it's not so much about being on call 24/7. That's not, I mean, this goes back to talking about what is the actual value out of the agent. It used to be they had the inventory, they would open the doors, they knew what homes were available. The internet got rid of that. I think now it's the ability to solve problems. And most people understand that. I mean, most people understand that you're busy, but for agents, you have to have those systems in place to get back to people. So 2 hours, I think is fine.
Chill.
If it was 2 days, 3 days, I think the conversation would be different. But agents, relax.
Chill.
Relax,
Everything's
guys.
gonna be fine.
Relax. It's not pandemic season anymore. There's not 97 offers in 12 minutes. Relax. Take it easy. Take a chill pill. You'll be fine.
My argument was that you're giving better service to your clients by having that many listings. Nobody just happens to run into 10 listings, 12 listings. That means that you are dialed in, you understand what you're talking about, and you have a system to execute with. Now, let's talk about why this agent is a little bit grumpy. 2 months ago, on August 17th, there was something that changed that now requires buyer's agents to call listing agents more than ever. I think that's what this beef is right here.
She's trying to find out.
She's trying to figure out how much am I getting paid on this transaction.
No doubt.
And she is impatient that she is not getting more information quicker so that she can tell her consumers, hey, these people are paying this much money. Let's go and look at the listing. My advice, go into showing time, go into Aligned, whatever service you guys are using, schedule the listing, still show the house, and then figure that portion out later as a term of negotiation. But get off the listing agent's butt, because holy crap, chill, you'll figure out how much your commission is going to be in a couple of days or in a couple of hours. But 2 hours, that's how long a listing appointment takes.
Of course. That's
how much time it takes to go and show houses for 2 hours. Chill out, relax just a little bit.
And I think these are some of the things that put agents in a bad light.
Amen.
Because she gets frustrated, she posts this all over social media, and now, you always, whenever you post something, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, this is my Instagram tip of the day over here. Think about what the consumer is going to think when they see that. And I think that's one of the issues. Even though these are real estate forums, I do see agents post things like this on their individual pages. Be careful what you post. And ask yourself, a consumer, how are they going to view this? If she's just complaining, number one, a consumer is either going to say, oh, agents are lazy, agents aren't getting back, agents, I don't need an agent, or this lady is massively impatient. So I'll throw that out there. Take it for what you will, but be mindful of what you post, because you can very easily create a negative impression that is counterproductive to what you're trying to do.
So you're anti-limiting the amount of listings that an agent can get, just for the record?
For sure, absolutely.
Okay, yeah,
I think if there's a good agent, they should have them all.
Yeah, I think that that's better than whoever this agent is. It's that
Trying to spread
impatient
love.
over 2 hours.
For sure.
Roll it, Tingy. We're feeling spicy today.
All right, here we go. Mr. Brian, you know what I think we should do? I think we should start tagging people in these videos.
I'm in.
Right?
I'm in. Thought about
Brian. So he says, I've never seen a high-producing real estate agent complain about their commission split with their team or brokerage. Only underperforming agents complain about the split. It's because they hope to make X, but they only made Y. So rather than look at their own behaviors and efforts, they look outward and start worrying about what everyone else is making. That's the difference. High producers focus on producing, underperformers focus on what everyone else is making. Before I let you answer, my guy, you don't need that many periods, bro.
No, that's a lot. You're like, I'm going to use all my characters here.
You don't need that many periods. But to that, you say what?
To that, I say I have made 7 figures in this industry, multiple years, never making more than 2% on a transaction.
Will you say that again?
7 figures, multiple years, never making more than 2% on a transaction. Meaning that my split was at best 70-30.
Crazy.
At best
Crazy.
was 70-30. How do you do it? Systems in place, be really, really good at lead gen, and be really, really good at converting at a high rate. How do you do that? It takes time to build that out. But why did I never leave that place for 7 years? Because I did not feel like I could go and make that, even with a higher split somewhere else. So understanding that, hey, this is not a game of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 transactions like the 70% of real estate agents in our market will do. This is a game of high volume, high transactions. Now, if you're a luxury agent, can you get away with doing 3 or 4 listings at $3 million a year? Yeah, you probably can. That's out of reach for the majority of real estate agents though. So you have to focus on the amount of transactions that you were wanting to do and ask yourself, is this brokerage that I'm at, are they charging a little bit more, but are they going to help me sell 15 or 20 houses in a year? Are they going to be able to help me put systems into place to lead gen at a high rate and convert at a high rate? If the answer is no, then yeah, go and take your reduced split somewhere else. If the answer is yes, then get in there, jump into the systems with both feet and be all in on being a producing real estate agent. When I say producing, to me, the minimum should be 12. To me, the minimum, when I started this, I wanted it to be 15 transactions.
Which is ambitious.
It's ambitious relative to the market, but not ambitious relative to how we are running things as a team.
For sure. So whenever we interview agents and they're coming from another brokerage, often the question that I ask and the question that I pose to all of you is, with that split that you're paying, what are you buying? And in most cases, agents don't have a good answer. So when he says that high producing agents do not complain about their splits, is because high producing agents understand that either they have to build it themselves, so they're going to be at a discount shop, a flat fee, but they understand that those expenses they're going to have to incur to some degree. Then you have the people on the other side, people like us, that are at a expensive team, which I leave that in massive air quotes because of the value that we get. But we understand that in order to produce at a high level, you need a machine. You need a sales machine. And so what we've tried to do here, and for any team lead out there, if you want your agents to stop complaining or you want to avoid your agents to complain about the split, you have to make sure that you're providing actual value. What does that look like for us? We have mapped out every single thing that a realtor needs in order to transact. Everything. Transaction coordinators, listing signs, super key boxes, photography, videography, graphic design, virtual assistants, software, back-end systems, compliance, everything, and try to deliver a business in the box when it comes to splits. Agents that complain about splits is because they're just not feeling the value. And so there are 2 ways that you can look at this. You can blame the agent and say, oh, agents just complain. I think that there's a little bit of that. But also, there are agents that are promised things that then they don't receive.
So let's talk about this, because my personal opinion, Tiki, and I want you to record this and clip it and show it to us in 2 years. My opinion was that for the last 10 or 15 years, the model has been, if you are a solo agent, you will make more money. My opinion is that that is going to shift dramatically over the next 2 to 3 years to where the understanding and the belief within our industry is going to be that, hey, I can make more on a team with higher splits than I can as a solo agent taking home more of the commission at the end of the day.
Right, because at the end, I think the question everybody needs to ask is, what do you prefer? Do you want the entire raisin, or do you want a slice of the watermelon? That's the way I see it. That's why I sold my agency to be here, because of that very analogy. I could keep the entire peanut. It was a great peanut, but if you want more, there's just so many hours in the day, my guy. And you can't do everything that needs to be done in order to transact at a high level. So that comes with a cost. And I think one of the issues with real estate and real estate education in general is that it doesn't teach you how to run a business. I think realtors are some of the worst business people in the world.
But they're in it to be their own bosses.
Of course, and it completely backfires. So if you want to run an actual business, you have to understand margin, you have to understand cost, you have to understand how much does it cost to generate a lead. All of those things have to be in place. You have to understand, or you have to join somewhere that does understand it so that you can actually be successful. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels. I did that for years. When I got here, I saw a completely different side to how this game is being played. It's not even me. I don't take credit for it at all. It's these guys, but it's a different game.
If your goal is 6 transactions or less a year, which is the majority of the marketplace, go somewhere that is a discount shop. Go somewhere that's going to charge you a flat $500. Take that at face value and understand that those are going to be the amount of resources allocated to me. If your goal is to be a producer within this industry, though, sometimes less is more.
For sure.
Roll it, Tanguy.
Last one. Here we go. Everyone wants to buy real estate investments, hoping for immediate cash flow and equity, but that's not the true power of real estate. The power comes years later with appreciation, tax benefits, principal paydown, generational net wealth. Real estate investing is the anti-get-rich-quick scheme, the 203K way. What do you say to that? Real estate investing, I feel like, is tricky. I feel like it's sexy the way it's sold. Everybody wants to be a real estate investor. It's passive income, right? What do you think?
For me, the way that I have set up my strategy, I have 5 investment properties currently. They're all self-managed. They're all self-maintained. And I think at most, the most amount of cash flow that I get is $200 to $300 a month. Now, I think that that can change depending on what market you purchase in. I think some areas will allow for a little bit more cash flow, but I think you need to get into this. And before you get into it, you need to ask yourself, do I want to buy appreciation or do I want to buy cash flow? Because usually you cannot buy both of them on a singular property. And so if you were looking for appreciation, that is absolutely the long-term game. My personal opinion is that there is not one single real estate transaction that you can buy into that will be life-changing cash flow in the end. And so for me, yes, my strategy is, hey, I have 5 investment properties. I have 4 kids. I have one for each one of them. By the time they graduate high school, they will all be paid off. And
Is that the plan?
That is the plan, yeah. Gotcha. So to me, I have my kids, not retirement, but their life started for them. I think by the time that they are old enough, I think each one of those will be worth at least $600,000 free and clear that I can give to them. And if they want to take the $3,000 a month cash flow at that point, because there's no note on it, great, off to the races, but that is theirs. For me, this is a long-term hold of real estate because I think that is the way that real estate works for you, not trying to buy cash flow.
100%. I think the key is long-term gain. Can you get a lot of cash flow? Sure, but you're going to have to put a ton of money down. Yeah. So how much money do you want to tie up into a property? What I often see is that people come in to invest in real estate because on social media we hear, oh, you can buy with no money, no credit. You can buy sub 2, you can do whatever, 0 money. So people don't want to, I think people forget the word invest. Yeah. What it actually means to invest. So if you're going to invest, you need to take dollars away from something else, put it into something that can generate you a return in the future. But so many people want to put in as little as possible, and then when there's no cash flow there, now they're all up in their feelings. So you have to understand from its most basic form, the word investment. The more money you put into something, the greater return it's going to have. But be careful of these no money, no credit schemes out there. That are there ways to do it with seller finance? Sure, but the majority of people, if they want high cash flow, they're gonna have to put a substantial amount of money down.
And you're gonna usually have to forego the appreciation. The places that are cash flowing at the best do not appreciate like some of the other markets that are appreciating at a high level. So as you're getting into this, and I think depending on where you're at in your stage of life, if you're 65 and trying to set up your retirement and you don't have time to buy real estate and wait, you should go and buy in a cash flowing market. If you're like I was when I first started real estate investing at 26, 27 years old, I don't care about cash flow. $200 a month is not going to change my life.
Now, what would you say is a cash flow market? Would you say, look, these are properties that can cash flow with not a lot of money down, with the minimum 20% down, you can get a cash flow return? How would you label a cash flow market versus an appreciation market?
I think anything where you're making more than $300 or $400 a month on it, I would consider at that point a cash flowing state.
With a 20% down?
Yeah, with an average investment down of 20% down, which I think is what you should be putting down.
Yes.
There are programs if you're trying to leverage, but I think again, if you're buying cash flow, you always are going to want more down. If you're buying appreciation, you want to leverage as much as possible.
I love that. And so for those people that say, oh, I want a house hack, so they say, okay, I'm going to buy this property FHA with down payment assistance.
3.5% down.
3.5% down. I'm going to have mortgage insurance. I'm going to live in there for a little bit. Then I'm going to turn around and rent it. First of all, you may not even be able to do that. But let's say you did, because you have mortgage insurance, because you didn't put a lot of money down, it's not going to pencil. So there's a lot of people that buy property with that in mind. And then when they try to turn around and go to rent it, it doesn't pencil, and now they feel like they made a bad investment. So make sure that you understand upfront what the numbers are, what the long-term play is, so that you don't find yourself in a bad situation when really you just made a bad buy in the first place for that.
Something.
Exactly.
Yep.
And sometimes at a loss, by the way.
I agree. Okay, that's it. We appreciate you all being here today. Don't be a part of the 70%. Help us fill our new space. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. See y'all tomorrow.
See you.